welcome back to the show. Great to have your company on this Monday morning. Well, Anthony Albanese has defied the Trump administration to formally recognise Palestinian statehood. To discuss, I'm joined by Shadow Minister for Small Business, Tim Wilson, and Night presenter, Tommy Rand. Good morning, guys. Nice to see you on this Monday morning. Tim, Republicans are warning of retaliation.
Yeah, well, they are. But, I mean, in the end, the US is going to say what they're going to say. Really, this comes down to, is the Australian government doing what's in our national interest? And I don't think they are. You've got the Australian government basically going out and rewarding a terrorist organisation for using civilians in their propaganda war. When you have terrorist organisations using civilians in propaganda war, they're going to keep doing it, and civilians are the ones who are going to pay the price for this.
So there are conditions. Hamas can't play a role. There are safeguards for corruption as well. How realistic do you think those safeguards are?
Well, the Prime Minister has basically conceded that if those conditions aren't met, they're not going to reverse their position, so I think they're completely meaningless.
OK, while the PM's in New York, he's, of course, hoping to sit down with Donald Trump. He seemed to indicate to us a little earlier that that would be happening in about 2 days' time, but he wasn't really sure what he was going to say.
Sure.
What's your opening line to the President?
Pleased to meet you. It'll be the opening line. I'm sure it'll be...
Not even a g'day. I mean, come on.
G'day. How you going?
So he's taking a leaf out of the Slim Dusty International Book of Diplomacy. This is where he ripped this one off from.
G'day, g'day. How you going? What do you know? What's right tonight? G'day, g'day. And how you going? Just say g'day, g'day, g'day.
There you go, Timmy. What do you reckon?
Doesn't it make you proud? Let's just wait and see whether he actually meets with President Trump. The President has both a history of snubbing people, but I don't get the impression that he's that keen to meet our Prime Minister, to be frank.
Tommy, if he is going to meet with him, what a perfect way to do it, with a bit of Slim Dusty in his head.
Absolutely. Something really Australian. Or what I wouldn't mind him doing is actually asking him about his golf handicap. Can he play a little left to right fade, a right to left draw? You know, get to his level. I reckon that's the best way to get on board with him.
All right, back home, and a fourth death has been linked to Optus's 000 outage. Tim, what needs to happen here as a response?
Well, first, I think we just need clear answers, because how on earth could it get to this situation? Second of all, there's questions about whether these calls were being managed by overseas call centres. I think we need an independent inquiry, and frankly, in future contracts, it needs to be made clear that these call centres need to be managed in Australia. These sorts of calls shouldn't be going overseas.
It's shocking, wasn't it?
Absolutely, but an independent inquiry, and frankly, whether it's the government's calling for an inquiry that's being managed by ACMA, which is the government body that oversights these things, they're just as involved in it and interconnected into it. It probably needs to be independent, and it probably at least needs to be an independent Senate inquiry.
Well, I don't know if the Singaporean investors are spending enough or whatever the case may be, but there is a responsibility here, Tommy.
No question. I mean, I can't believe Optus hasn't learned from the outage in 2023, Carl, and to go through what we've gone through here is horrific. Lives being lost just is not acceptable. There has to be a change of leadership. People will leave in their droves, and so they should. It is disgraceful, not good enough, and there should be safeguards to make sure this doesn't happen and should never happen ever again.
Tim, should the Optus CEO survive?
I can't see how he's going to survive based on the public pressure, and when you've got 4 people who have died because of it. Exactly as Thomas said, it's disgraceful and should never have happened, but how the board can stand by and not think there should be accountability is beyond me.
All right, footy finals are heating up this weekend. Obviously, the Lions, the Broncos in a great position. Tommy, you think they'll both take it out?
I think, yeah, Brisbane are a huge chance in the AFL. They've got some injuries, but they just keep responding. Probably the deepest list in the comp. Geelong are tough. And the Broncos, I mean, that win against Canberra a couple of weeks ago was unreal. Why not? Brisbane, double-double.
Timmy, you're crying in your Weet-Bix still on this Monday morning?
Well, as a Demon supporter, I gave up on this season ages ago. But what I'd say is I'm a bit nostalgic for the old Roy boys in Brisbane. So even though they used to be from Fitzroy in Melbourne, so I'm happy to go with the double as well.
All right, well said, guys. Well said. Thank you very much. Have a good week. See you soon.
You too.
Thanks,
Carl. Thanks, Tim.